While the summer months can mean fun in the sun, intense heat like what we're seeing in Ottawa today can be tough for people who have heart conditions. So here to tell us more about what you need to know about keeping your heart cool is Matteo Hausen. He is a postdoctoral fellow at the University of Ottawa Heart Institute. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Melissa.
Okay, well, some of us embrace the heat. It's not good for everyone. Tell us about how the heat like we're seeing today can affect your heart.
Yeah, that's a good point, Melissa, because the heart, we know that with the heat, can actually receive an extra load with the extreme waves of heat. So basically, it's our body trying to cope with all this heat and eliminating and protecting what we call the core temperature to protect our organs and systems.
So what about for those with heart conditions? How dangerous is heat like what we're dealing with today?
Yeah, so because of this extra load with the heat waves, these people even have more load in the cardiovascular system.
Okay.
So the system needs more energy and also carry all the adaptations in with a harder load.
Okay.
So this is important to have extra care and be mindful of some countermeasures to minimize this extra load. Yeah.
Okay, and you do have some tips for us today in how to kind of deal with the heat and of course your heart. And the first tip you say to us is to take care of your heart in the heat, check the forecast and plan ahead.
Yes, of course. So it's very important to understand how the week will be and make sure your appointments can be moved to a safer time.
Okay.
And make sure you know exactly how you're going to feel if you need to use environment control situation and avoid excess of exposure. Yeah.
Okay. Stay hydrated, super important.
Of course, so it's important to keep a good hydration, keep always a bottle close to you, and yeah, basically carrying this across the day with your little bottle, yeah.
And let's talk a bit about intense activity outside for those who, typically like a little run in the afternoon. Would you say to avoid that at this time?
Yes, of course. So it's preferable to have exercise sessions in the early morning or after sundown.
Okay.
And for those with special conditions, we prioritize have indoor training instead of outdoor.
Indoor, where it's air conditioned or climate controlled, makes sense. Let's talk about the clothing that we should be wearing.
Yeah, so light colors, a light fabric to make sure it doesn't compromise the evaporation, the sweating.
Something that's super important, sunscreen on a day like today and other, sun gear.
Yeah, it's very important to protect our skin because we need the skin to protect and reduce our internal temperature with sweating. So if we protect our skin, we also promoting prevention of injuries that can compromise.
What are some signs that you may be in distress with your heart because of the heat?
So we have the heat exhaustion, so we need to be concerned about some symptoms like dizziness, a sense of being more tired than usual. So the beats, higher beats with lower blood pressure, but also high sweat.
Okay.
Muscle cramps. Yeah.
Muscle cramps. So ottawaheart.ca if you want more information and of course to stay heart healthy, especially during this extreme heat like what we're seeing. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.